So welcome to Most Haunted Extra. We're here in Herefordshire in a place called Hellens Manor, and it really is the classic haunted house. I'm really expecting great things tonight. It's really dark inside. There's some great stories. One about a lady who was trapped in a room for 30 years, supposedly. Apparently she went mad and supposedly killed herself, and her ghost has been seen roaming round. I'm really excited about tonight. I think it's going to be a good investigation. Everybody's on a real high. The weather's beautiful, the surroundings are beautiful, the place is stunning. So yeah, I'm in a really good mood, and I hope we'll all be screaming later.
I'm with Kieran to shave because he's got a little stubble.
I need you to get...
I knew this would happen. Kieran's such a busy man, he's on the move all the time.
Have you not had a shave?
The crew, they all seem, like I say, they all seem quite taken back with the place. I mean, Richard Felix is almost spontaneously combusted with excitement, as only Richard can do.
Of all the places I've been to in the last 2.5 years, I don't think I've ever been in such an atmospheric place in my life. I am so excited about this place. The famous historic people that really did come here, or that lived here. Mary Tudor, Bloody Mary, actually came here when she was a youngster. Her bedroom is still preserved here.
Where are we? Hellens Manor?
I'm so excited about this place, I just can't wait to get in and get going. I'll report back later.
Right, well, we've just done Yvette's pieces to camera. We had 3 rooms. They all went really well. It's really funny because everyone's starting to get quite spooked in there. I mean, it's a great place, but there's a couple of people who don't want to be left on their own in rooms. We've just left one of the rooms, and Stuart was like, "Oh, hang on, yeah, just hanging out. I'll be out in 2 seconds, but just stay with me," which is kind of weird. But
I'm thinking because it is such a historic place, that hopefully we will get a lot of activity tonight. So I'm really looking forward to this one.
it's daylight now, as you can see, and I think it will probably get a lot more scary by the time night gets here. So I can't wait. I think tonight's going to be fantastic.
What I'm getting is, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. Come on, give it to me. I followed my heart. Those are exact what she's saying. Is I followed my heart, and this is the repayment I get. She's been locked in a room, like I guess any parent would do if they figured their children weren't behaving properly, or as a punishment. But it seems to have gone for years, for something that we would today think ridiculous. She's seen the wrong person.
I suddenly got whammed in the last room by a spiritual energy of this woman, this I thought was called Bridget. In fact, quite rightly made me work harder and got her pet name, if you like. That energy, because of the illness and because of the way she was treated, was hard to handle. It was very difficult to handle, but therein lies the lessons. You need to be well trained, and thank God I'm well trained, and can make this connection and get this woman's story told.
They're not 100% sure whether her name was Hetty or Bridget.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yes, Hetty or Bridget.
That's fine.
I won't mention the second name at the moment, but she married someone beneath her. These were very sort of
Well, she
large.
actually married them.
Yes, and she left the family home, and unfortunately he died, and she came back. Her father had died, and her mother locked her away in here for the best part of 30 years. Well, at first she was locked away, and eventually she became recluse more than anything else and never left this room. That bell, of course, was used for her to summon people if she needed help, if she needed food, and they believe that she did die here in this room.
I'm looking forward to the vigil, so that should be very interesting.
Right, I've just gotten back from doing a vigil with Derek, Kieran, Wiggs, and we're in the Great Hall area.
We were actually in the atmosphere for about 10-15 minutes. We were asking out if there were any of the spirit people that we've uncovered and found tonight.
Stuart witnessed a couple of light anomalies that were both very different in nature. The first one, kind of a red light in an archway.
It seemed to be like a red dot coming over the pointed part of the archway.
And then the other one was kind of a grey light.
Look at the archway, I've just seen a grey light.
A grey light?
Yeah. Did you not see? Someone must have saw that then.
I think we were looking away, Stu.
Yeah, we were looking in the wrong direction.
We didn't capture these on camera, and Stuart himself was very quick to offer a good sceptical explanation to do with his eyes becoming adjusted as we moved into the stone hall, which I was very impressed by.
Who knows? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, and again, it could have been something else. We don't know. I don't think we ever will know, unfortunately. It's just one of those unsolved mysteries. So apart from that, not a great deal to report, unfortunately. What the other crew members have picked up on, I really don't know. So I'm going to have my cup of tea now, and I'm going to go and see now where Carl signs. I'm actually going to go and see now where Carl sends us off to. So hopefully we might have a bit more activity.
You know, a group could spend an entire night in one location and catch nothing.
That's right.
But those two light anomalies that you caught, and be happy with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know
but
what I mean?
I'm not 100% convinced
that
it was
anything
paranormal.
Good.
You know, and I'll admit that.
Just done a vigil with Derek, John and Richard, and it was remarkable for one thing only, and that was John Dibley asking out for Hetty Wainthrop.
Hetty Wainthrop, if you were in this room...
That's not a real name, John.
What was her real name?
It's not like...
Was it Wainthrop?
No, Wainthrop's... What's this thing on TV, isn't it?
I think he'd got his wires crossed earlier in the day. John, he's a bit slow sometimes.
This particular investigation was extremely poignant to John Gilbert, as it revealed something he wasn't expecting, something very personal to him. Our scrying experiment greatly affected John, with spiritual information that was a little too personal to him to reveal in this programme, and which left him feeling very emotional. Needless to say, it was an experience that affected everyone present.
Jesus, sorry, it's really powerful.
Is it?
For me, it's like mega powerful. I've just been on a vigil with John Gilbert, John Dibley, Carl, Yvette and myself. We went into the lady's bedroom. We did some scrying in the mirror, which was interesting for me because I started off by scrying. And again, it's I was getting her face and I was making a strong contact. I thought it would be really interesting to let other people have a go and to try and see, you know, how it works. So I doubled up on the protection, make sure they were all very safe, and then each in turn, I think everybody had a shot at it, I'm not sure. And it was interesting results because there was a real mixed bag there.
And I've just been talking to Wigan, and I looked over to the side, and inside was John Gilbert and Carl. They were hugging each other, and I'm thinking, what are they doing?
Something happened to John which was very emotional for him, very emotional indeed, and I think there's a personal message in there for John which I'm not going to reveal. I think that's only for John to reveal.
John Gilbert had quite a personal reaction there, which I won't go into, but suffice to say that when these things happen, there are cathartic moments in your life. You either believe the event, if you like, or what you're getting, or you poo-poo it and you think, well, no. But I suppose there is another option which I think John will follow, which is the middle ground. You experience it at the time, and then the next day you go over it in your head and you analyse it. You may go towards finding a rational explanation, or you may believe it was some kind of contact from the other side. That's for the individual to make up their mind, and that's the key to all of this. It's for you to make up your own mind via your own experiences as well as what you see with us. The real thing about that particular vigil is that we were making an effort to lift ourselves up to the astral worlds. We were making the effort to go to them rather than say, come on, get down here, tap us on the head, and you know, all singing, all dancing. And that, I think, is the way forward.
I would like to go back and look at this from 11:11. Yeah.
What did you say?
I've just seen John Dibley, not John Dibley. He looked like he'd aged about 20 or 30 years. And it was quite horrifying to see it. And we've looked back, even Kieran has, you know, had a sort of double take at it, which, I mean, it's probably just optical, but it is very strange as well, especially because we were scrying at the time.
Oh, that's weird. I saw a beard. It's obviously not the woman, but...
No, it doesn't have to be though. Scrying's a powerful tool for...
Just briefly saw a beard.
It can be used to contact guides and past lives.
God, well, in this camera here, you don't look like John.
Oh my God. That is mad, isn't it?
Look at his eyes.
Mm.
Oh, that's scary.
And it's really strange doing these things. You kind of think we're here to get ghosts or spirits that have existed for a long time, and you forget that sometimes things that have happened to you in the past, or things that you've kind of forgotten, they sometimes come in, and it can really knock you for six when that happens because you're just not expecting it.
What are you seeing, Paul?
It's so strange. It's like I'm dribbling. I'm seeing the room in daylight. Not now. It's kind of lost concentration. But it's fascinating. It really was fascinating. I think all in all, that séance or that vigil was probably one of the most memorable I have ever had on Most Haunted. But anyway, I've got one more to do now. I've got to go off again with the guys, and I'll catch you later.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful technique when you're in a powerful room as well.
That is amazing.
It'll find its natural pace, but it's a
Someone
short
just
walk.
tapped twice under the table.
Helen moved his feet.
No. Did somebody go?
No.
Well, I've just heard it.
Well, it's good. Good start.
That's a good start.
We've done the last vigil of the night. I'm absolutely shattered. We did some chanting for quite some time, and there was quite a lot of us there around the table. I think it was 8 of us.
And that was something I've never done before, and it was I knew, and I kind of suspected from last time. I didn't join in last time, but from what I heard, the effect it had on Rachel, more importantly Ian, and the people that it draws up. You know, the spiritual activity it draws up, as David describes. It's like when you basically in a group, you repeat an Om after a certain amount of time. It creates a light, and you sort of have the spiritual window that things seem to come through. And when we stopped repeating the Oms, I felt like I'd been shaken out of a sleep, and understandably, I think it puts you in a trance-like state.
Unfortunately, not a great deal happened, which we did seem to get a lot of responses. He's banging things again. It's kind of this knocking thing, but nothing. And we've had so much of that in the past, and although it's going, some people thought the table moved. I didn't really feel the table move, I have to be honest, but quite a few people said it did move. And it is a big heavy table. That would be very impressive if that had moved.
If there's anyone in this room, please, please make your presence felt. My hands are freezing already.
Oh,
That was a tap on the table. If there's any in this room, if you just tapped on the table, please tap twice if you're there. Did you feel it, Kathy?
No, is it a creak?
I heard a bump.
Please tap twice, loud and clear.
We did seem to get some responses, like I say, these banging things, but nothing out of the ordinary for us anyway. I mean, it seems strange saying that. You kind of think not a great deal happened, and yet most paranormal investigations, if you got one knock to a question, it would almost make headlines. But we did seem to get a lot, and I don't mean any disrespect by saying it wasn't much.
I don't know whether it was an overactive imagination, and I don't know whether it was something spiritual, but it was odd, and it wasn't unpleasant.
Was any astrals in this room, any astral beings at all associated with the house?
Yes, twice.
Yeah. Didn't hear that at all.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. 2 bangs.
I heard one of them. Must have been. Can I ask you, are you associated with this house?
Yes.
Could you please tap twice?
I've just got a really itch on my foot, so I'm just moving it in case there's a move.
And then right at the end, John Gilbert, who was on the floor trying to find out where these knocks were coming, because they would come from underneath the table, thought something had gone behind him, and he turned around. Stuart was nowhere near this thing where a camera was, and the camera was a part of the camera was swinging, so something had touched it, and we're going to look back at those to see if it moves.
John, please tap on the table if you can still hear us. Please respond. That wasn't it, was it? That was Stuart, I think. John Lingdon, are you still here?
It worked really well, though. I thought once you got going, it was really good. It was excellent, in fact, and it was cracking open. What we're doing is instead of being typical humanity and saying, right, get down here and have a chat, we're trying to raise ourselves up. We're trying to bring ourselves up to their level, which is much more polite, really.
Hold on, Stuart, did you just knock that camera?
No, not touched that.
No?
It's phenomenal. It really was. It was phenomenal. The whole night, this investigation has been superb. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I just saw a movement, and it was like Stuart had. I don't know if anyone heard a noise. It was like
I heard a noise.
a bit of a thump, and the thing moved.
I honestly have not touched it.
I believe you. It wasn't. You were stood right next to me, and the thing was swinging.
John, did you just move that?
Do it again if you can.
Well, tap on the table if you did move it. John, did you move that? John, are you tired with us now? Are you fed up? Is that why you don't want to talk to us anymore?
Was that John that did it? Was it somebody else?
Is there another spirit in the room with us now? If there's another spirit, can you tap on the table, please? Tap once if there's someone here.
What's that?
I think it was
Stuart.
If there is another spirit in this room with us, please tap on the table. Tap once if you're here.
Seems to have just gone really flat, hasn't it? But it does that. That's exactly what it does.
Yeah.
Come in, have a look. What's all this on mean? Go on, have a quick bit of a chat, and then I'll go.
What's gone on?
So it's been fantastic here, I must admit, and I hope you enjoy the show.
If you're a monk, could you please tap again?
Yes.
So that's it, the end of our time at Hellens Manor. It's been fantastic. It's been one of the best ones for a long time. I have loved it. And can you see what is standing there? If you're in this area, you must come and see this place. It's beautiful. It's an absolute must. That's weird. Me, a lot older.
Should dash us Don't say that. It was your dash us it was sun.
But anyway, that's enough for Most Haunted Extra this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you ever get the chance to come to Hellens Manor, do. It's beautiful. You won't want to leave. We don't. Unfortunately, we've got to because we've got to get to the next place to try and catch paranormal activity. And who knows, we may actually catch a ghost for you by this time next week. Take it easy and see you then. Bye.
Thank you and good night, Mrs. Puffin.